Dear friends, I think I have to give a short introduction. We created as a follow-up of this exercise which did in the past in Vienna, and now we are doing in cooperation with SEEMO this award. I think it was a proposal for which to put my name in. My only contribution is I raised the money. And it is quite an honor for me. I think we did it in Romania for another journalist over this year. Because if somebody is brave in journalism, I think he needs some award and some decoration. Nenad Sebek is a special case, I may say, in general. Our connection is through the Center for Democracy and Reconciliation in Southeast Europe. He is for a long time really doing the job, and this is Thessaloniki. I think you are not all aware of what this center is. It is a side effect of the Business Advisory Council for Southeast Europe, because it was said, not always business, we have to do something for mutual understanding. And here, a member of the Business Advisory Council, Kostas Karas, the idea came up, and by others, let's look to the history books of the region. And here it came out that the history books of the region are a nightmare. Because here you can read Greater Romania, Greater Serbia, Greater Greece, Greater whatever, and I'm traditionally always saying I'm born in Greater Germany and I know the result. But the generation understanding this doubtful joke is vanishing so far I'm using it for the last time. And this center was founded, it is a private initiative. I think we collected money. It is a Dutch foundation, but we never got the money from the Netherlands. And it is based in Thessaloniki, and we got money from the Greeks. Here, I have to say, it was extremely helpful. But also others, like a lot of German foundations. The Erste Foundation from Austria, I think a very critical phase is arrived with this help. And we managed it, and here Nenad had a great contribution to this, to get the money from by the European Union to the last activity beside the history book things. We produced 4 volumes, I think 2 are coming, appearing. The strategy is a simple one and a very clever one, to confront the different views on history here. Here you can see these maps with the differences of the same subject. You can see the caricatures, which are horrible, about the others, and so on and so on. And we are able to make seminars with the countries of the region. I was extremely skeptical that the governments would say yes, but they did. That's extremely positive. And so far we are working on this subject better mutual. It's a long story. I think sometimes I'm asked, when will be the first common history book of the region appear? I may say, never. There's not really a chance. I think the first history book between France and Germany, since 1945, they are cooperating in the year 2006. 2006, even 3 years more, so we have enough time with the time frame. And here they say it's only the history between France and Germany. I think concerning the history of the region as multifaceted, and I think not to expect. But Nenad created also another activity where we had recently inaugurated an extremely good presentation. It's called Vicinities. It is done by the broadcasters of the region in the television to give information and discussion in the one TV set about the other country. Because the real problem is all the countries of the region are in favor of the European Union, but they are not in favor of each other. And there's a lack of knowledge here existing. And I think here it was his idea to push it forward by his experience, by BBC, and so on and so on. I think we lost him recently. He is now the spokesman of the Regional Cooperation Council, in full agreement with us, because we are interested that this is also moving forward. And we have now a new lady. She is here. Please show up. Being in charge of this. I'm really convinced by your charm. I think we will even proceed more because the main persons have the difficulty not to offer such a big job. But coming back, It was really great, Nenad, to work with you, and I'm quite happy that you are getting this award because you earned it. And now I'm hoping, that's a message to you, we got the money from the European Union, especially by Stefan Bude. This was a Czech commissioner coming from Czech Republic. He understood the problem because we are for a very long time working on Czech-Austrian history. We didn't succeed until now, by the way. And my job will also be to convince the incoming commissioner, Johannes Hahn, who was a successor in several positions, to be, maybe I have some influence on him that we are getting more money in this direction. But now, I think you are to celebrate, and it's quite an honor, and I may say many thanks to the jury that you decided. I did not really influence it, but I'm really convinced it's an extremely good decision. So, to be formal, you are getting here a document, dear Nenad. The International Jury of the Southeastern Europe Media Organization has selected Nenad Sebek as a recipient of the 2014 Dr. Erhard Busek SEEMO Award for Better Understanding in Southeast Europe, in recognition of outstanding efforts in journalism which have contributed towards better understanding in Southeast Europe. So that's it. I think that's a compliment. It's not here.
The check is here. Sorry, just for the photo and open it for the photo.
Okay, and I may add, I think I gained a bottle here. I know you like it a little bit like me, but yes. I have to go with the airplane where it's better reserved for you. Wow. It's locally and really beautiful.
If I may, a few words. I prepared a beautiful 25-page speech, but I was told that I got like 3 minutes. So I'm not meditating. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues and friends, I would like to thank the Southeast European Media Organization, the Secretary General, Oliver Kujevic, and especially the jury for finding me worthy of the Award for Better Understanding in Southeast Europe. Throughout my professional life, I've worked on improving communication and understanding, be it to a global BBC audience as a journalist, or as in the last 12 years in the Balkans, my Balkans. I've done as much as I could, however little it might have been, to build bridges, to send out a message of tolerance and understanding, to reconcile, to remember the past in the right way and build a common future in a better way. I've done it with the most dedicated team of professionals from the Center for Democracy and Reconciliation in Southeast Europe. And the award that I got is as much theirs as it is mine. And since I see them in the audience, thank you very much. You were and are a sterling crew. I now work with a different team in the Regional Cooperation Council based in Sarajevo, with a different job description, but with the same message. Let us understand and respect each other. Our future will be that much the better for it. This award has a special meaning to me because it bears the name of the man I have had the privilege of working with and working for the past 12 years, Dr. Erhard Busek. I consider myself a lucky guy in my professional life because I've always had excellent bosses. So what is it that makes Dr. Busek so special? I met him when I was 44, which is an age when you basically think that you know it all and have it all, that you have nothing else to learn. I was very wrong, of course. Not only have I learned a lot from Erhard Busek, but it was also the most pleasant journey which I treasure. So what makes him so special? What makes him such an inspiration?
It's an award for you, not for me.
But I feel obliged to say this because I feel privileged for this. 11 years ago in Brussels, the center that I was working with, we were doing a project with 2 donors who were proving to be very, very difficult. Things got so bad that I could not accept working like that, and I said that the center would pull out of that. Dr. Busek then sort of steamrolled things in the right direction, and we ended up doing the project, but the 2 countries who were donors were not particularly happy. So Dr. Busek then organized a dinner at his home in Vienna. He called it a reconciliation dinner. He asked the two donors if they would come. They said yes. He asked me, Nenad, are you going to come? And I said, sure, as long as there's Semmelknödel on the menu, I will come. Everybody knows what Semmelknödel are, the Czech, Austro-Hungarian noodles. So a month later, there's dinner at Dr. Busek's home in Vienna. And in the middle of the dinner, as they're serving the main course, and we're sitting at the opposite sides of the table, as the main course is being brought in, Dr. Busek goes like, Nenad, Semmelknödel. And I just think, that was a marvelous thing to do. It's something that tells you about, not about dinner preferences, but about something else. It shows leadership. I believe that a good leader makes sure that everyone feels included and taken care of. A great leader actually does care. A good leader is precise when telling you what needs to be done, and a great leader inspires you to come up with a list of things that need to be done. A good leader does his or her job well and makes sure that you do the same. A great leader creates an atmosphere in which everyone wants to give their best. A good leader offers and asks for respect. A great leader makes you want to earn and give that respect. Those of you who know Dr. Busek also know that when he says done, it means done. And in my opinion also the ultimate test for any professional in any form of life is measured by what happens after he or she leaves office. Dr. Busek has been out of an official political office for, I believe, 7 years now, and yet his name still opens and has opened many doors for both me and everybody else who's had the privilege to work with him. So, to cut a long story short, I feel really privileged to get this award, and thank you very much for all the lessons that I learned from you, Dr. Busek, and thank you for taking me to the Musikverein. You might have forgotten it, I never will. Thank you.